some will be rounded up, some will be rounded down, and it's the ones who's nearest to it that usually gets rounded up or rounded down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now I reckon it's 4.3, which way they'll go, I don't know. If the stewards, it's only 4.2, spare place. Supposed to be 0.3, that'd be the one. I don't know how they're going to do it. Broadcast, not going to do it.
Also, is that just so this is all.
It's after 6:30, so can we make a start? And I welcome everyone to the August meeting of the Finance Services. There are no apologies for everyone on the committee. Yeah. Are there any declarations of interest?
On grant application, I will be the speaker for the application. I am the chair of the committee that being requested.
So are you saying?
I have no peculiar interest, but I am. But
so you're not leaving the meeting?
no,
That's fine. Yeah. I can pull up the minutes of the July meeting. Does anyone any comments on them? Would you like to move them and second them? Or are there any queries on it?
I'll move them, Chair.
One second.
All those in favour? Okay. People at forum. There are no members of the here. Or as I'm aware, other than Bishop's request, there's no one else. Exclusion of the public just applies to the last two items, item 13, 14.
And there is also not from the for one on
Happy with that.
Sorry, I missed it. Is that the big one? Yeah, front. Yes.
Item 7, financial update, A, B, and C. Happy to take all three. For any questions on any of the three. Alice.
in from events, and it's a natural day, 0. I just thought, well, we have a car, does it not mean that?
What we actually do is recharge the bar. It all starts off in town hall, and then we recharge it for the event. So we haven't had a chance to do that yet.
All right, yeah, lovely, thank you.
Well, that's our very well together.
Well,
Only looking at the, where we are at expenditure of nearest next to this is 29%. That at least means 4 months in, quarter of the year, you would expect it to be there or there. So some of this from loaded and we'll get more.
But we need to bear in mind, obviously, that the income has gone in for the prime place funding, and obviously there hasn't been any expenditure yet. So obviously that will catch up as we get further.
Yes, that will be materially tending to go over because they were partly budgeted. Wall, for instance, we put half of the so
Yeah,
we're going to spend that and what we've got from Pride in Place. So that go round figures 50%.
yeah, and because from the agreed budget that £30,000 that we're putting in the wall wasn't in the budget, but we was agreed to take it from the Martin's earlier, so that will get transferred. They have actually said, I can give you an update that he's been delayed with projects, has Gavin, but we've agreed to start date of 24th of August.
Just taking a sideways, we got diligence earlier this week. Either earlier this week or I think last week. There's much earlier this week. The not so secret guard due to the budget. I forgot what that first name. No. The whatever budget, the building budget, or the building budget. Yeah, well, Bill is one of the budgets. They are making a cracking job of sorting the flower beds. The rest of it, though, is in terrible state. Setting contractor a fair time to remove the foliage that's currently in place, and it will be nice to see all those yellow sheets of fencing finally out of the way. So
So there are a few items would be better to talk about in the finance section because we do involve finance. So these are actually it's two of the projects for the Pride in Place. So one is the wall, so it's some additional expenditure that we've identified. So because the contractor is going to have his own welfare, whether it's a container or a van or something on site. And we are also worried about groups coming in and damaging the wall as it's being built, kind of thing. So we were able to look at area when they were. So we decided the day that provide a mobile CCTV camera, that would runs off solar power, and it can be moved as the wall progresses, so as they move around, they can move it accordingly to where they need it to be. But it obviously does come as a cost, and we have been quoted £225 for the hire of the CCTV tower. Now we're thinking it's going to be at least 6 months. So that there is considerable cost. However, I would say that if the kids are it will cost a lot more. This is one of the sheets that I find over. So yeah, initially, so it's actually 7,020. That's inclusive of that's for the first month. He has actually said he has actually put on his quote that after the 6 months, the higher rate would then increase to 250 rather than 225. So it also said solar power system, no mains power required, phone access, so it allows us to view the CCTV remotely on our work phone, so meaning they can just get access. Delivery setup, installation and programming. The system will be programmed to suit your site requirements. CCTV tower can be moved around the site by our team when required, but there will be a call out charge. So we provide a complete service from delivery and installation through to programming and ongoing support. Power management during the hire through our team. So it's really just to get authorization to mix of that. £225 would be
would not a security person be on the board in the afternoon. They'll come to the building. Would that be cheap? Because it's a
They have to stay overnight, and obviously you pay by the hour, and 2 rather than 1. So that will be considerably more than £225.
About £240 a day.
Yeah. So
You'd have to pay a 15 quid. Probably there.
I was just thinking about this today. We were at the Secret Garden, and I think it's our only solution. We cannot do this work without surveillance, and it would probably help in other areas as well. I know there is a distinct problem. Children may be biased. I am concerned about that, especially as a youth. So it could well stop that as well with the problems before. And to be fair, to pay.
it does have a 360 degree well, so
Which good location.
I assume that it does get vandalized.
but it'll be on that.
If we were to take Is that in the terms?
I'm guessing that it would be insured anyway. We do have, pilot insurance. So if that was the case, it probably would go through our insurance. Yeah.
I think, Chair, what it could have just maybe look at and decide we did this. But I think,
The safe contact.
well, we do, no, what I was going to say, what we probably have to consider is in next year's budget, looking at whether we put a permanent camera there that it may be able to place something that has a wider coverage and just that. I don't, but I think it's something we should get in the budget ready. I think we're going to need it. Past experience shows that we're going to need it. Well, we don't need it, but if we don't have it,
That's something we can also look at in October as we can start with.
I think another permanent one up there is an easy thing to do because we've already got 2 cameras up there that are linked to each other, and all we need to do is bounce to one of their things we've got access to. It's easy to do. Having said that,
it's just that kind of thing where we obviously need someone from the camera department, or someone that would know the best place to do it so that we get the widest. Full panorama. We can maybe cover part of the top of the park as well.
Yeah, we did actually look at, because obviously looking at the price and thought, oh, that is quite a lot. So we think, well, how much is it to actually purchase a mobile CCTV tower? However, we spoke to the guy that from the Blackburn Hub and the team that they use, and so we spoke to him for that time. To be a large call. You better off hiring it in. So.
I'm happy to go with it either way. I think it's a no-brainer, really.
I think, listen, we ought to mean it that we're going to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. One thing I would like to ask Jean to do is the first 6 months are at 225. There is a possibility that if it does run over and runs on to 9, it is at 250. And I think we ought to just ask if there could be a gesture from the company providing it to carry on for the duration we need to get 225.
Yeah.
They might say yes, they might say no. There's no more in asking. Look,
When does this 26 weeks start? Because can't remember the programme works, but isn't some of the programme dismantling them all to go back? Does it need to be there from day one? When's this triggered? I'm just trying to save a week or 3 or 4.
Obviously, we can look at that. It's obviously the start date is 24th of August, but that will be dismantling the wall and filling the corner.
Does it need to start?
It probably
day
just
one?
needs to start, so
Is it-
it's probably start rebuilding.
is it worth contacting the contractor and asking when he needs it from? And the date he needs it from might be a month into it, so we'd only have 5 months out of it. And ask him when he's going to need it from. Yeah, because while he's demolishing stuff, I mean, they might actually be helping.
Take 6 months.
Yeah, but I think we need to work with the contractor on that, don't we? If he doesn't, he needs when he starts building it back up, because it would be a disaster if he spent 3 days getting it up a couple of foot and then keeps it up on that, knock it all down, start again, isn't it? That's why I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
The other one was again a pride and place project, but it is the Unlocking the Mystery of Corn Street. So this is the one that Sarah Golden Price involved with. Basically, the additional cost is so the grant approval is for 40 grand, so that's the majority of that. Sarah is also wanting to apply for the Heritage Lottery Fund to get funding for and use the 40 grand as match funding to get infrastructure materials, you know, for exhibitions in the town hall, which obviously will help the archive group, because obviously we're looking at doing things like that anyway. So that would bring the infrastructure in that we need to be able to do that. Now there is an additional element that's also talked about with this quote. It's more on the educational side. So the quote that we're looking at does include a child's heritage trail, and obviously linking into bits of the curriculum as well. But there was an additional cost that was estimated at £4,000 to £5,000, which was for the production of material. But just now I thought, so it's like downloadable and printable resources that year on year. I thought it was quite a good idea. I thought do it that way. They have also said the estimated 4,000 to 5,000, but they are willing to put 1,500 into that themselves. So it's estimated 2.5. Now, with it being an educating element to it, I was wondering if we could use a legacy fund on that 2,500.
Chair, can I just, first of all, first any of those members of say 6. You know this Sarah is right, so there's obviously something before this.
It's yeah, so basically Sarah mentioned something to Brian at Pendle.
So this has come from Brian at Pendle.
Right, it came from Brian.
Right, so
Yes.
well,
but he said he was asking if there was the element of it. He was saying that the 40k grant didn't include, and they couldn't give more than the 40k grant.
Chair, I'm sorry, but to bounce this without notice is not all. We can't dig in and out of the whys and wherefores. The Pride in Place projects have been going on for quite some time. Don't remember us saying the streets, QR codes and all the rest of it. Anything to do with us as a town.
He's got we're waiting for the new finance officer start shop that
Even given all that, that's still only an imprint. We need to know the ins and outs of how much, when, who's doing what, and what comes out of it. You know, we can have say a child, a young person's thing as well. But the whole thing is growing a bit like toxic, which I'm afraid sometimes with Councillor Serico Chapel, bits come on and bits get added. So I don't think we can look at it properly.
obviously the majority of the cost, both of them.
I don't care if,
We're not much for. It's not.
no, but we're being asked for £2,500,
Yeah.
for something that we don't really know about. We don't really understand. The members of this committee knew about it 4:45. If we bothered to look at our emails at 4:45 when, that's tea time and we're getting ready to come out here for 6:30. So I'm sorry, but we can't. I don't think we've time to look at it properly and do it and think just, oh, it's only 2,500, 3,000 £, but then somebody else comes. So I would happily contribute 1,500, right?
No, that's the person who's doing the
Well, who's that?
project. It's called David Walker. No.
Right. So it's David Walker, okay? So
No, it's not David Walker.
No, not David. Yeah. Which David? Who does he work?
He works for. We'll leave it till next month and I'll give you all the.
Hang on, before we decide to leave it till next month. I am of the impression that, and I've seen it somewhere on Facebook from various different sources, and I've heard it from Bendel somewhere, that there is an amount of about £29,000 for the Gold Pride in Place fund that has not yet been committed. It's surplus. Why can it not come out of that? So, I'll move then that we defer it for a month, and in the meantime, we put a request in for it to be paid for out of the surplus that is in the Pride in Place fund for coal. Then we're not paying for it, because I don't think we should be paying, because it's not our project. We're not committing anything to it, and it is not ours. We've agreed to sort of own it, sort of thing, but we have not agreed to have any financial input into it. And I think it should come out of that bottom. Alex.
It's not Hopsby.
It was agreed.
It was agreed.
would come on.
Yes, we haven't agreed to pay for it.
No, there were no much funding involved. It was just down as the Pride in Place would give £40,000, and Sarah was going to use that to match funding as was wanted.
But there's 29 grand surplus somewhere that's come from things that haven't gone ahead and things that have been cut back and altered, and there's a surplus and it can come out to there. Patricia.
Thank you, Chair. I know this is one of Sarah Corbett versus babies. We've got this from Ryan today. As said. I would like to see, I agree with what you're saying, Chair, about deferring it and possibly coming from this excess money, but I would like to see a documentation from Councillor Sarah Corbett Price explaining why and what she intends to do with all the, because she's putting all this forward, name the streets, bringing up, she's bringing all these children in, all these things in, but we're just seeing the back end of it tonight. I would like to see proper paperwork up front, so that all 6 of us can actually inwardly digest, along with our RFO, and then make a proper, substantial decision on this.
This was just to discuss whether we are open to put in £2,500.
But we still need, I'm sorry, we still do need the relevant information. We keep getting snippets on set of council Colin Price in full town council meetings, what she do, what she intends to do, through a position as a county, a borough councillor, and through CI. But this is, you know, if we're going to be managing this as town council, I believe that we need full paperwork disclosure of what it's going to undertake before we can actually commission any money. Thank you, Chair.
We have offered to use some officer time to manage it, but we have not offered to put any finance. Mary,
I know, Julia, she's.
Yeah.
Some more, and we all said that she, you know, Washington, we were saying yes, because she didn't want to do it, and interested in it. I'm just concerned your time, when you have time to actually go.
every time this item raises its head, something else has been added to it.
That's what,
It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And
that's why I'm asking for.
I'll still go off, I move that we defer it for a month and try and get the money paid for out of that riding place fund.
And I'll second that, as long as we get all the paper, as I said, the background to at least some of it on paper, so that we know where it's
Phone area committee could come.
Would you be happy for it to go to the next council? Or we can get.
Not in the current state it is in now.
No, I mean with to get Sarah to. No.
No, Chair.
We need to come here first, Chair, I'm sorry.
This is the right place. And I mean, there is an argument as to whether we need QR codes on every flipping street plate. So, I mean, it's that argument, but
I don't
that
think
is
it's on
coming.
every play.
No, but you're going to get a heck of a lot for 80 grand. Anyway. And also, yes, we've said we'll do it. We don't know. That time is, you know, who's going to do it, and all the rest of it. Do we need another member of staff to do it, or whatever? So I think, you know, this is the place it should come back to. So I'm going to come to the next FES. To the, which I think is what was moved in the first.
One last speaker is Alice and then we'll go.
I think it's a really, really good idea, and it really fits with our kind of activity. Not kind of I think that if we did make what actually about, then it's 2000. But the rest of the project, and I'm a little bit unsure about that, but I really think having the barcodes throughout throughout code would be a good idea, because it develops the history of the community, which is something that the archive committee want to develop. But I just feel that we just need to have more information.
Hence deferring it for the month. Those in favour? Will the town hall maintenance?
No.
Town hall maintenance.
Yeah. Obviously, I've been waiting the last 2 weeks. Very much. I do know that the boiler, the hot water boiler, has been replaced and annexed. Everything. But anyway, so we have now replaced that, the one. Okay, so they have. Are you aware of anything else?
think last month we discussed these holes appearing in function, and something very small, didn't we?
Yeah.
That, my understanding is that's been patched. It's not rained a lot since, but when it did, there was no sign of any leaks. So at least that's fixed, but the permanent fix will be coming later.
I noticed that the pitching mechanism, that's all been taken down.
It has been removed, obviously, because it was,
Dangerous, well,
but it won't be replaced until after the Blues Festival, obviously, because we need the scaffold.
yeah. Our clocking,
That the clock is, I've spoken to, the guy, one spot maker, he was behind his project and he has will explain, when I see it again, so, I'm not sure how. Yeah. He has a start date now, 4 o'clock, or 4. So, both that. Yeah, so, usually that should be, but obviously the main clock, he has to take away the hands first because they are, they need quite a lot of repair work on.
Chair, sorry. What, you already got that? I thought you'd taken it away already.
No.
Because that was the impression last time that we had to wait until the house was sorted out. It's ridiculous that there must be somebody else in the world, in the north of the country, that maintains town hall clocks, that sort of thing.
well, that's usual.
So, you know, why are we waiting for this guy?
Because the system that we got the private place funding for is the one that they created and commissioned and nobody else does it.
Nobody else does what?
Apparently it's a system that they've come up with and patented themselves. It's the only one of its kind. The auto line system that
So they put that in X years ago, when Caesar on the route.
But now it's work, it's years to whatever.
but they
Who can alter the time so that the time changes, because the time's,
Nathan can do that.
well, it needs doing, it's at least. Well, I'm going to say 10 minutes, well, it's going to, I've given a looking at it because I'm much wrong. We need to get it fixed, and I think on our Facebook page, notwithstanding any legal things saying to us, that the bonds around waiting for this sort it down, and it's going to be some time. Yes, we need to do that. People are aware as to why it's not on. But we need to get it so that it's right. I mean, if nothing else, if it was only a minute out, fine. But
Well, can I make a suggestion?
the expletive deleted that is now 15.
Can I suggest something to add to what you said? That we instruct Nathan to set the clock at the correct time twice a week until it is.
Yes. Yeah.
Agree. Are you wanting to move that? Do you want to move
to move that? And we ought to find somebody else that is able to set it right.
Another thing that has been a problem with the pride and place money as well. You can only use pride and place money for work that hasn't been carried out. So we couldn't use our own money and carry the work out and then get the money back from the pride in place. That's a stumbling block as well. It's a stupid rule.
we understand that, but
I know,
Joe in the street doesn't
they don't
understand that.
understand it.
So we need to have some thing that's saying, yeah, the clock is going to be amended, but the man is only.
But we instruct me to set the clock right down twice a week, at least twice a week, the clock will be right.
Well, doesn't have to be twice a week, you can try. The time is checked and altered if necessary.
Yes,
We can
Yeah.
do it in a minute.
yeah. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Wesley? Mary?
Just say, the, 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 the,
This would be.
well,
Yeah.
there's some things that we do, we need to be as good as possible, because
Well-
if we're not being doing that, people stop you and saying, well, I've got what I've done.
But what you've got to remember, Mary, is that clock is 132 years old, and nearly everything else in Bedford is 132 years old. 70.
That's something that can go in the post. Now, a 132-year-old clock
Yeah.
is showing its age. We've got a man coming to,
And it needs some new bits,
and
we
we went,
can't get them off shelf.
let's do that and tell people what.
And that's it, they felt that company needed a job.
Oh, it's too late. It's fine.
Alice,
It's nothing to do with the clock,
Good.
it's just about the shop. I know it's not the town hall, but we do all that. Have we finished that, all the work?
It is, the majority of the work is finished, the windows are actually. Yeah, that should be done.
The windows,
When everything's finished, someone's coming to clean it up.
so you've got to wait for the upstairs to be done before.
I think because likely that it will be done.
part of the window, the downstairs house is partially marble, so you can keep moving with it. Because when a glass window is dirty, if you splash some paint on it, the paint goes on the dirt, and it's far easier to get off the window on a dirty window than a clean one. It doesn't keep it. So I said, don't clean it till you finish painting, so you learn it.
But we still haven't painted.
I think it's actually finished painting.
I think you're right, finished.
Looking the other day, I think it's a bit touching and needed.
Yeah.
It's probably just bits.
It's not. It's
Yeah.
not enough.
We went past that week season and we were talking to Mark and said he was there, knelt down painting, weren't they? So does that end the town hall maintenance? Right. Grant application. This came in whilst Dean was off. He sort of forwarded it to me. I sort of said to see what we needed of them for the application to be valid. But it was a valid application, and as far as I'm concerned, it's a valid application, but it's up to you to decide what you want to do with it. Which is a valid application.
Yeah,
You're referring to the flag,
Yeah,
just the flag, yeah.
as you can see in the documentation that we've got in front of you. We do have, there is a ceremonial standard within the borough of Cov, put it along to the Royal British Legion. That branch is now defunct, and under the terms of the Royal British Legion, if a branch is defunct, their standard is returned to RDLF Waters in Derby. Therefore, we now no longer have a ceremonial standard for burials, for military parades, for armistice, for any such parade or occasion that we need, that the us veterans would like to raise with the street with. This is why we are asking town council for a half grant of with half the price that is on your sheet here. For the 59,060. You can see in the other sheet the breakdown of exactly what you'll be getting for the partnership funding that. It will be used on all parades, that's like the Remembrance Sunday and any other Armed Forces Day and any other military occasion, and for any funerals of veterans. So as you know, when we have a funeral for veterans, we do like to place the Union flag across that veterans coffin to show that the members of the public that they are actually saying goodbye to one of their own veterans. And this will be used at all times. The veterans club themselves will use and pray with this, and one of a member of the veterans will be the sole bearer of the flag during those during those graves. This was requested. It was put forward to the events committee at the beginning of last month, and so that my vice chair, Councillor Bell, was told that it must come to this meeting. So that way, what happened then was we sent this request form over to our president, Mr. Davis, who then put this request in. It also sent it straight to Common Area Committee, and I believe that they have granted it. So we're just trying to want to know if this can have a granted here in Common Area. Thank you. Would you like to move it?
Yes,
I'll move this one.
well, I'm thinking,
Those in favour? Thank you.
I've got Mary, I think,
I think then correspondence received.
Right. One of the items relating to a copyright. I'd sent, I'd replied to their initial email and asked for certain things, which they actually sent to us. But because they've actually sent a cease and desist, even though we took the image off straight away anyway. Obviously, I thought that they needed to come to. So, don't know if you want to have time to they basically, it was something from 2006, relating to a Facebook post. So we'd asked if they were eligible to work for the agents, and how much it would have been at the time, that kind of thing, how they came to the £400. So basically they have returned, although the contract that they returned looks like it could have just been done through Word and download, but there is an agreement from the owner of the image that they are working on his behalf.
What was the image?
The image was of a camera. It was literally,
Did you bring it in?
I did, but I don't want to show it on, because obviously it's copyright.
It's an image of two of those old-fashioned sort of rectangular cameras that are a bit that shape. You know,
TV,
hmm?
television camera.
Or similar to that.
CCTV camera.
Yeah. It's pathetic.
And it was relating, the post was relating to when the council originally got the town centre CCTV.
2016.
2000.
So that was. That's very interesting.
It's quite a long time ago.
Yeah, and they only just come into it now.
Yeah, so I did explain this is the first we've ever heard.
It's 10 years.
Yeah, it's down here.
And the image that was technically stolen and put on our Facebook page was a 2009 image. It was already 7 years old when it was reused. I can clarify this a little bit, that it was done in 2016. It was done at the time when the Conservatives had control of this council. The image was put on Facebook by the then chairman of the council, who was the only person at the time who had access to the Facebook account that the town council owned. And if you want to know who the person is who actually physically did it, the named person, you'll have to ask me. There's only two of us in this room that was on the council and on FES at the time this happened. It was not our room that had control of the council, we had no say.
Does that mean we paid for?
No, this is to get authorisation to pay the 400.
Does it not say that we can have 10% knock off of the paper in the set?
Within 7 days.
I think the cease and desist said we have up to 14 days pay. I did explain that it's needed to go to a committee. So they know that, they know it's going to tonight's meeting.
I think we've got to pay, not charge.
Well, we've got to, yeah, but I suspect the way this is, they have bots, I think.
I know, yeah.
Thing.
They troll.
It just trolls through literally millions of pictures, and occasionally it pick one up like
We
this.
took it 10 years on that.
Well, like I said, we've no choice.
But going back to some action that were taken a few years ago, and we very often stuff that, and that is one of the problems when councillors have access directly to the town council's name social media account, which is what we've said they shouldn't have, and that's why it was changed. And it was made so that only an officer can access it and actually put something online on the social media. And that's why it was changed.
If it's the person that I think it is, they quite possibly have this for their business. And thought, oh, they could use it for this. I'm tempted to say send them.
Well, that's what I said. But I don't think we can.
No. They ought to be made aware of it. But anyway,
I think he probably guessed correct who it was. Your guys are going to later, I'll tell you.
I think we've got the option set up.
But if we get, I know it's only 10%, but I think if we could get the 40 quid knocked off, we should get it knocked off.
Yeah. I'll move it. Okay. Yeah, we'll be able to.
When it'll be saved 30 morning, it's money, man.
No, I was looking at this now. But, can't remember the name of the company, you get like check it, we can check on it. Up to the views on these people, what of them say it scams, and they always answer saying, no, you're against our proposal. But a lot of them have said, if you negotiate it, they said they could do it. So whether, as this 40 quid still, is that still valid?
It's still somewhere, it says that, if you pay within such a time, there's still not 10% off. And you could say, we could make the decision until we have the main thing, can we still have the 10% off? Because if that's the case, we are prepared to pay it now.
Look, I've just seen a relevant, no pages, that we've got it, which the one before the power there. Not simply claim for the £80 license fee, so.
Yeah, but we've asked for an explanation, a breakdown of that £100, weren't that? There's a lot of often saying this, that, the
Yeah,
other.
just-
Oh, yeah.
But is it an option to send them without prejudice letter, say, I'll give you a new bill, single word? Is it worth the gamble, or should we?
What I don't want to do is to come back in a fortnight and say, well, because you haven't paid it, it's gone up, and our legal fees now been added to it, it's 800.
Yeah, I think,
Just pay it,
I think we're very in full and final,
pay to learn a lesson.
Yeah,
but we're on it, full and final.
Yeah, we'll need someone coming back.
360, yeah, well,
Trying it on 10%.
they've offered it.
There's the wild one,
Yeah,
but we got something around and say, it's going for a meeting and they say,
I
yeah,
checked the email, well,
I've got a copy of the, well, you've all got a copy of the email where you said it, she can't make the decision, it has to go to finance meeting, and that's it, and this is the first one since. So we couldn't pay it before.
well, if I were things today, we're not going to be clear and better to
Yeah,
wait and move on.
yeah.
do we have a second of that?
No, Helen, they are.
Yeah.
So I've got proposer, Tricia, okay, do we have a second?
Those in favour? Next one.
Oh, the Holker cyber security. Now, I don't know if we want to, obviously not have one to look at this. If you want to take it home, digest it, and then just let me know what you think of the email. Obviously, this is the first.
I think we can't, I think we only can't, as you said, we've only got this issue before we walk out of our house. I think we need to have that with that rest of them, and I said, you said that, make comments straight to the town council.
What I'm not sure of with this, me and Howard's had a similar discussion with another organisation that we both want to do with cyber stuff like this. I am not sure that what level of risk we're actually at. I don't think, I might be wrong, but I don't think we're a major target.
I think from discussions that we've had, with say like targeting every.
Well, it's not just the Russians, now,
No.
it's the
Well,
Chinese as well.
it's a lot of- yeah, but I think because we're kind of linked to government, like that, we probably think a bit more.
Yeah, back to Dr. Owen.
I don't think we're in a risk same as like network rail.
No,
I don't think the level of risk we're at, I think as a target is probably minimal. Well,
Yeah.
no, I think we need that, I think we need to check.
Yeah.
But, see, I just feel like that. Might as well be a Russian. So,
Yeah, I know, it's not exactly.
so what do you want to do with it?
I think
Well, I suggest that.
Suggestion,
Take it
look
on
at it.
and
Bring it back next week. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, we could discuss it at the next meeting.
Yeah, let's.
Next time.
So, but you've got the stuff now. so
Yes.
You've got time,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yes.
We'll just put it on next agenda.
Yeah.
I mean, we discussed earlier, did we need that CCTV or Falcon Truck Spot? How much risk is there of it? Well, how much risk is there with it? You know, it might be a lot more with it, but what do you wear?
There's a lot more of this. And Chair, before we go off, several months ago, agreed to do the new website. We were told, granted, well, I don't think it was you, so I don't think it was June, that it was a matter of weeks rather than months, and we've still not seen it.
And I wanted to defer the email address to be changed over temporarily, and it was said to me, it's best if we get them done now and get them done at the same time as website. All email things has been done about 3 months since the website, that been done, you know. When's it happening?
So, yeah, no, I've been chased, but.
Use that excuse, you know.
And another thing I want sorted out, but we're getting a new website anyway, so I haven't pushed for it, but there is some, well, rubbish on website, and some of it's out of date, some of it is incorrect.
It's all out there.
Yes,
But I think we've all,
yeah, but that was 3 months since May, and it's still there, we're still waiting.
yeah, make sure we're going.
I mean, I don't think the email addresses on the website have actually been changed to our new ones, which we have, and then 3 months.
No, they're still done. You.
Oh, I said, look, yes, so it needs chasing up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Shit now, but
the bottom thing on the list is going to be another item, the I'll have two of this for her, which says, learn how to delegate. That's,
you know, we
No, that's really good. That's the only thing you want.
do you know how to do it? No, but I know something else that can, so that's what we did. Very good. Oh, no, yeah. How many more of these is there?
Is this, is our new employee a terror on the telephone, so put them on.
No, mention telephone.
Fully related.
Sure, did he have a day and a half, 2 days,
Well, you should have sorted it. Oh, no, yeah, so I've been on the telephone.
Oh, we have to learn, that's the picture.
That's not priority.
Well,
Miss, I thought you get.
before we move on, seeing as how it's mentioned telephone, I've run up a couple of times this week and have to use the council landline, yeah, which is fine, fair enough, I don't mind using it. But what I do mind with it goes through all this damn sequence of reading out a load of numbers, 1, 2, and 3 for different things, which I get. And it says, if it's to do with Pendle Council, put the phone down and ring Pendle Council, fine. If it's to do with County Council, put the phone down and ring them. But if a councillor wants to ring up, can we not have another option number that is not disclosed on your call when you make it? That is a different number, that councillors can have the number and they can press it and go straight through to where they want to go instead of listening.
That would be a lot easier.
You'd have to come through to my direct line.
There are a lot of systems that, if you know the extension number,
Yeah, but we don't.
no,
But it doesn't actually say that, does it, if you know the.
no, it doesn't, doesn't. A month or two ago, we had a, not an issue, but somebody was wanted to ring in sick, and at 9 o'clock, it's still an answer phone. So I said to Nathan, this needs to change, if somebody's locked out outside, and he told me you should be able to press something, and he got straight through. So I'll pursue that. If you press zero, we're not working in the public domain.
It's down, it's giving you the 3 options, 1, 2, and 3.
you know, we listened to the phone 2 minutes, if there were another number like 5 that they didn't disclose, and we knew it was 5, we could press 5 and jump over that, and it would start ringing,
Well,
it's
it's
going to
not,
answer it.
it's always a bypass for that, so I'll leave that with me, and I'll ask him tomorrow, and put it in around council's own. Thank you.
Well, at least give it to ones on FPS. But it is an engine.
Yeah, I can sell that.
Yeah, so the other correspondence received is the one that I think should be in private.
In the private, that's fine. So, items for a future month's agenda. Well, we've already deferred to, so there's that for us off. And just a general, we'll not know stuff, but
Yeah,
there is.
perhaps, well, maybe the years we just started. Perhaps we ought to have a, because we now, it's not that long off that secret garden started work. We've got a date of September for that one. Maybe we just have a progress on.
Yes, yeah,
Just so, it doesn't need to be a long thing, just that, you know, if there's it started, it's finished,
yeah.
just a simple.
Also, we can send, Haley has drafted something for when the work on the wall starts for our social media. But we do have to, because we have to reference pride in place, we just have to check the Pendle that it's all right.
Yeah.
But because she's going on holiday, she's already drafted it. But we are going to send out sort of put things on social media like you know, so updating the public as well.
Yeah, well, that's
See, there's a lot of projects going on now, and there's some more still to start. But why do we not have a regular item on the agenda?
I think that's what
Then there's a down on maintenance, it says ongoing project,
yeah, that's what I,
and not just cover a specific one, cover all of them, because they're not
yeah,
there. Yeah. Right.
I feel more than more. Yeah, well, that's.
Date and time of the next regular meeting. I want to say something on this, and the other side of what to do. The next regular meeting, and I don't know whether Gina's realised or not, is the day after the Blues. It is on the 1st of September,
That's just,
so it's the day after the bank holiday, Monday. I don't think Gina will want to send the agenda out in the middle of the week that we start the Blues on the Friday. I did look and think, well, let's move it back a week. We can't, because it's events the week after on the 8th. And the week, they can't move events back because it's full council. So I'm going to suggest that we move all 3 back a week, FES, event, and full council, so that you can do the agenda,
right.
you mean forward?
Yeah, that's the same.
no back.
No, I think yeah, you mean forwarding.
One on the 8th,
Yeah.
one on the first will be on the 8th.
Yes,
So one on the 8th will go to the 15th.
yeah.
One on the 15th goes to the 26th. So it'll all get pushed back away.
Chair,
Otherwise, you can do it.
Chair, as chair of events, I will concur with that. It'll make it easier for Gina and all the rest of the office staff, because, as I say, we can really up the Blues. All the staff is going to be absolutely chock block, and we won't have time.
Yeah.
I'll second your motion.
And it'll be like a big start everywhere down on the Tuesday, because it'll have been short after bands finish on Sunday night. Everybody's on holiday on Monday, and you won't have time to decide out.
Yeah.
So
You know, and just,
that's what I'm suggesting.
you know, for when we just said then that it's the 1st of September, the penny, well, the penny is about pounds of term interest on the way down. I just realised the same. It's the day after.
Yeah, and I think the only way we can manage it is to slip the whole lot back.
Yes,
Else it messes up.
Yeah.
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 So I think well, you probably need to send an email to all council, don't you? Notifying the new dates.
Yeah.
Unless you want the specific legal, maybe. Oh, yeah, we'll try to pay.
No, there's no,
No particular one.
That's it, yes, that's whatever that was.
Yeah. Sure. So that's the new date. So the new date will actually be the 8th of Tuesday, the 8th of September, not the 1st. Exclusion of publics. Jump down.
Whatever the,
Who are running up standing order.
the measure, look, take the village, pass it. Look, that's good,
problem, yeah, that's it, yeah.
Makes sense.
yeah.